I can't quite see who all is on this call, but if you're new to this group, welcome. And I'll give my quick 20-second spiel as to what we're doing here. We just get together once a day, just for a few minutes at noon, and we try to flex our positivity muscles. And as you'll see today, the themes are always a little bit different. I try to mix it up a little bit, but the underlying concept is the same, which is if we stimulate certain parts of our brain and nervous system repeatedly, it just becomes easier to inhabit that space on a moment by moment basis. So, and it complements the ketamine and other treatments that we do at the clinic really well. So that's the gist here. So today's theme is inspired by this guy here. Miguel Ruiz wrote a really cool book called The Four Agreements. It's a really small book, very short. And I'm going to focus on the first agreement uh, that he mentions, which is be impeccable with your word. And I love the word impeccable. It's not something that I would use on a daily basis had it not been for him. But there's this idea of impeccability, which I think is, precision and a sense of agency or ownership, right? Like being really precise with how we're expressing ourselves. And where this is coming from is I notice that I do this all the time, and I'm trying to really consciously uh, become more impeccable with my word. What I'm referring to is I'll use these two statements pretty frequently on a daily basis. I can't, and I have to. So, for example, hey Ollie, want to get together for a cup of coffee tomorrow at noon? Oh, I can't because I have to work, or I have to, you know, uh, pick up my son or do something like that. The truth of the matter is, what I'm doing there is I'm basically abdicating responsibility for my decisions to something outside of myself, right? It's not my fault. I can't do this because I have to. There's something else that's making me do something other than have a cup of coffee with you. When in reality, what's going on is I don't want to meet with you tomorrow for a cup of coffee because I'm choosing to do something else. And this may seem like nitpicking, but I think it fits squarely in this domain of impeccability. And so I thought today we'd spend a little bit of time exploring when do you use this idea of um, abdicating responsibility about your choices, your sense of autonomy to something outside of yourself in order to, I don't know, maybe be perceived by the other person in a certain way. We want to, in some sense, let them know that, oh, it's not my fault. I'd love to get together with you, or do something, but I can't because there's these things that I have to do, rather than really dropping in and just at least saying to ourselves, even if we don't say this to the other person, it's getting really clear and saying, no, I'm choosing to do something different because there's something else that I want to be doing. So let's explore that for a few minutes. So close your eyes. As always, we try to flex this self-awareness muscle, this ability to be present. So right now, just drop into the body, drop into the belly, into the chest. And see if you can just settle into some stillness. The body may feel speedy, mind may feel really active, and that's okay. All we're doing is we're shifting our attentional gaze to stillness on the inside, not trying to make the thoughts be different or the sensory experience in the body be any different than it is. Simply choosing right now to focus on stillness. The cool thing is with practice, this Stillness can always be accessed, no matter how hectic or how crazy things are on the outside. It's always available to us, and it just takes a little bit of practice to flex that, the ability to connect with it. Just notice how the body's breathing. In the spirit of impeccability, I'm using terminology such as the body rather than my body or our body. On some level, I don't know, is the body really ours? Am I responsible for my heartbeat? Is my breathing? Not really. It's just happening. I get to bear witness. And then see if you can bring to mind an interaction that you've had with someone, your kids or coworkers or friends, where you dropped into this kind of externalizing of reasons for why you couldn't do something that they wanted you to do because you had to fill in the blank. I can't come over for dinner because I have to. Can't do what you're asking me to do because I have to fill in the blank. And then get curious about why use that language. I can't because I have to. What is it that's really going on? What is it that you want that's different from what they're proposing? And what are you choosing instead? The first step is just to get clear on the inside about what's going on there. Oftentimes we use that kind of language because on some level we're afraid of disappointing someone, maybe hurting their feelings, maybe being misunderstood and having them think that we don't like them or want them. And so we abdicate this responsibility for our choices to something on the outside. I can't do this because I have to. See if you can touch into what's really going on. What is it that you're choosing to do instead of what they're suggesting or proposing, and why? I don't want to have a meeting with you or lunch because I'm choosing to do something different. Right now, this is all about just becoming more self-aware. some sense it's becoming more honest with ourselves. And then lean into what it might sound like if you were to express yourself a little more precisely and impeccably to the other person. I'd love to get together for a cup of coffee. And I want to go pick up my son after school or whatever it might be. So that's not going to work for me. Just sit with that. Whatever your statement is, whatever your truth is, just sit with that for a moment and notice what it feels like. And see if you can connect to any sense of fear. Oftentimes it's we express ourselves in this indirect manner because we're afraid that the other person will misunderstand us or we might hurt their feelings. I'm suggesting that I think we can be both impeccable and precise, also without coming across as a jerk or callous. I'd love to spend time with you, and it's also really important to me to spend time with my kids, pick them up after school or practice. Can we find another time where it works for both of us? Something like that. Take a deep breath in through the nose, long, slow exhale through the mouth, pushing all the air out of the belly and the chest, and then hold the exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Another inhale through the nose, through the mouth, relaxing the hands, the chest, the belly, the shoulders, just letting it go, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, open your eyes. Come on back to the session. Um, yeah, I hope that one landed. It's I notice when I catch myself using that kind of languaging, and I'm able to sort of re-express myself in a way that feels more congruent with what's actually going on for me. It just feels better to myself, and my sense is that people on the receiving end appreciate that kind of honesty too. So anyway, hope that's it's a good positivity nugget. Take care, everyone. Hope to see you tomorrow. Thank you.